What's going on? Testing. Hold on. Let's check the sound. 1 second. Got a lot of stuff going on today. 1 second. Test. Got a lot of stuff going on today. It's working. 1 second. All right. A couple things on the agenda. First, we're going to be doing a Google Sheet template on employee benefits tracker and essentially as many things as we think are relevant for an HR manager to have to track. It's relevant for essentially any corporation or business, small business, medium business, large business. Um, we're going to build it in Google Sheets. It's nice because there's different filter functions in that. It's got nice access with the share uh, functionality. You can make it private so only you can edit it or allow other people to view it only. There's all kinds of things that make it useful for this type of template. Before we get into it, I want to announce a couple things. Number one, we're going to do a random drawing every week based on the list of people that have bought templates and are on my list and haven't asked to be removed from it. Um, and it's labeled 1 through 1254 at the moment. As new people purchase things, they'll be added to the list. So the higher numbers are newer people, lower numbers are people that purchased a long time ago. So we're going to start that off right now and do a random function 1 through 1254. And hold on. The second announcement I was going to say is my wife's going to be on the stream today, but I'll get to that in 1 second. So random 1 through 1254. Oh, did I forget the function? Rand. Oh, it's just rand. 1 is the low. This is the high. Oh, rand between. There we go. All right, so 850 or 101 is the first drawing. So I'm gonna look. I'll send that out this week to that person. And they'll be able to go to smarthelping.com and purchase any template that they want. I've got ones for $45, for $75, for $125, and $175. So you can look through here. Go to smarthelping.com. Look through all these. You get one for free. I'll email the winner every week. So that's the first thing that's happening. Second thing, so employee benefits tracker. I don't know exactly what we're going to name this in the end. My wife is going to help me build this. Say hi.
Hello, everyone.
All right, there she is. Now, we actually were making a bunch of notes on this, and I'm going to pull that up on my phone and give that to her. So we're going to start off here. Okay. And then let me get my setup here. Okay. So the basic structure of this is going to be the HR person is going to have columns at the top. Well, I guess first of all, this will be available. I don't know if I'll finish it this week or next week, but when you get it, you'll have a view only option and you'll hit file, make a copy to get your own editable version. And that will be available when you, after purchase. It's going to be a one-time fee of $45 for this template. Okay. So I'll put instructions here. We'll deal with that later. So data. This is going to be where we track everything. The HR manager will come in here. They'll enter information about an employee, and based on whatever information, we're going to do a bunch of filters, a bunch of summary tabs to help the HR manager understand different things that might involve timing. They need to know what things are still pending for certain people, who's eligible for certain things. Um, Raises, all kinds of different things. Okay. And I don't exactly know how this is going to be built, so what we're going to do it live here. All right.
So Jason, do you mind if I say a little piece? So we originally were thinking about doing this because when I worked actually in a nursing home kitchen a couple years ago, I know that our HR person really struggled with
And I don't know if
keeping
they can hear you.
oh, really struggled with keeping track of, different benefits and different like if different employees were eligible for different things such as are they do they meet the requirements for vacation time? Do they meet the requirements for to be offered health insurance? Like, are they full time, part time? So when Jason and I were thinking about this model, we were actually thinking back to my job in the nursing home
Okay.
kitchen.
Perfect. All right, here we go. What's the first thing on the list that we wrote down?
So, well, the first thing is start dates play a role. Employee,
Okay,
full time,
so
part time, contractor.
so we'll start with some basic things. Employee ID. You might not have one. You might and all the editable anything that's editable is going to be in this color, and if anything's formulas, it'll be a different color. So employee ID. So they'll come in and put that. Their name. Uh,
Start date.
you know what? Actually, we'll do first name, last name, start date of employment. Uh, Google Sheets has this nice thing. We can format this as a date. And if you double click the cell, you can see a date comes up. And rather than you having to type it in, you can just pick a date on a calendar. I think it defaults to the current day. Oh, maybe not. August. Okay, so if you change it in one cell, it'll change no matter what cell you're clicking into. Okay. First and last name, employee ID, start date. Those are all identifying factors.
What about full time, part time, contractor?
Um, so let's see what's that called if they're full time. I don't want to really call it status because there's other things that we might want to label as status.
I'm gonna look it up.
Um,
As you guys all know, Jason
and,
works a pretty untraditional job. He's been, well, we don't know what to call him either.
okay. Employee ID, first name, last name, start date. Uh, I guess you could say worker type, and then this will just be a drop down that will not. Well, yeah, we're gonna need a drop down list, so we can do another tab called validation, and here we'll do. This will be the first one that's relevant, worker type, and then we'll just put full-time, part-time, contractor. I mean, that's the main ones. You can add as many as you want in the future. But these anything you add will add to the
What about
drop-down list.
PRN? Add PRN. That's a big one.
Okay, PRN. Yeah, this can be added to infinite. So worker type. So you can see there that now those three, if you put in another thing here, PRN, that'll pop in there. So that's fine. Um,
I'm seeing status a lot, Jay.
yeah, but there's gonna be statuses for other stuff. I think we'll wait. Maybe we can always rename it later. Test one, test two, start date. I'll just say is today.
Retainer status.
Format this. Retainer status, is that what you call a like a worker
Let me confirm.
worker type retainer status? We'll format this as date here. Uh, no, you don't need the time, just a regular date. There we go. Okay. A retainer agreement is a work for hire contract. No, that's just No, that's like
Like
if
maybe
that's like a
full time or
contractor.
part time. It just
Yeah,
depends.
but that's for contracting.
Alright.
That's not like an employee. I think worker type, you can, this is editable and it won't affect
Alright.
much. Unless we tie something to if you're full time or part time. In that case, then you will not be able to edit um, these because they need to say full time or part time. The nice thing is there's not much variation. You have employees, usually they're full time or part time, contractor PRN. I mean, this will fit 99% of businesses, so I'm not that worried about, you know, that like different names of things. I think this will fit a lot of situations. All right, so we got worker type, uh,
You could put age, and I don't know what you meant by that in the notes.
age. Yeah, that might be important for insurance or who knows what.
Oh,
Uh, yeah, could be an important thing. Age. What else did we put in it?
what about starting wage versus current wage? And annual increase? Do
Uh,
you want to do that on this, or do
okay,
you
so
want to
that's
do that?
advanced logic for the, but we can start by saying starting wage, and this is just going to be something. See, because it could be hourly, it could be a salary, and I don't really know because this could be different for every single different thing. So this will just be a data point that will
You
pull
want zero,
through.
and they can fill in whatever they do, and delete the column they don't want,
Well,
like
you don't
starting wage
know.
per
We don't
hour.
we don't want to delete columns, but we could put starting wage if they're hourly or salary. That would be fine. And then we might be able to put some advanced logic about raises, but I think it's mainly important to see how long it's been since their last raise and if they've gotten a raise, and then just what the amount was. I don't think we'll apply math to this. We'll just put starting wage. So actually, no. We just need one column here, and you could put in, $15 per hour or 30K per year, whatever. There's not going to be sums on this. It's so whatever makes sense for the person using this is fine. Then we'll put um, so we got start date, first raise. That might be important to know, and that's going to be a date. Let's say just random numbers here. Let's say they started in February and they got their first raise in today. So, no, most recent wage raise, because then you can do some math on there and say, well, based on today, let's say their most recent wage was a couple months ago. Now you could say days.
Since last raise.
This could be important, so we'll do array formula, and then we want today 2day minus h2 to h, and then if h2 to h equal blank, then blank. There we go. So as you put in dates here, let's say we got another one. You see, let's say they just got a
Before you get
raise
too
last
far,
month, 12 days.
what about also including bonuses? Because then you have to add the raise plus the bonus to see. Or no, I'm thinking actually if you're going to calculate their
We're not
amount of money.
calculating anything other than days since last raise. And then their wage could be here, like they could put in whatever, 16 an hour, 50K a year.
Do you want to just put wage then, not just starting wage? Because that number is going to change. Current
Um,
wage.
yeah, I guess we don't need to know what the starting wage is. We can just put current wage.
Unless, I don't know, they might find that helpful.
Nah, I don't want to get too in depth with any one thing. I don't think for now. Let's just see what we end up doing with this. Uh, Current wage, most recent raise. That's probably important. So since they had a last raise, because we don't really want to say what the raise should be or how many raises they've had. We just want to know how long has it been since their last raise. I think that's probably the most useful data point out of all those things that it might be, because then you know if they're due for one based on company policy or something.
Do you want to get into absences, excused if unexcused on this page? So that would affect the eligibility for certain things.
Yep, so that's a good one. Where do we want to put this? Age. Make sure my mic's on. Let's put this in between here. So first of all, we can do like number of strikes. That could be relevant, and this should be a number value, like, yeah, because we might do
213.
some math on that one. We also want what number of strikes. What else?
Absences. Because that doesn't necessarily
Oh, I
show.
remember. So number of excused absences.
Well, no, just absences, and they can mark where they. Oh no.
Number of excused absences. How do you spell that? Absence.
ABSENCES.
So excused versus unexcused. That's a good one. Let me zoom out on this a little bit. So that's probably a good data point to have. We could do some math on that. Let me just X out this so I don't accidentally click into any of this.
Now, do you want to put number of strikes slash write-ups or just strikes? Is that
Make
the general term for
make
this?
sure this doesn't update so I don't forget it. So this is 101 because this random function will update every time anything changes. So 101 is the winner. I'll email them later today. Okay. Number of strikes, number of excused absences, number of unexcused. Any other data points we wrote down?
I don't know if you want it on this, but do you want, are they signed up, like, do you want to get into the nitty-gritty? Are they signed up for the health insurance? Are they signed up for the, or is that going to be
Okay,
separate
yeah,
tabs?
no, that's going to be in there, definitely. Okay, so hold on, I'm just doing this real quick. For sure.
Because here's my question, Jay. Are they using,
Let's,
they're using the data on this to determine if they are eligible for stuff like health insurance,
well, that's what. Yeah, we got to figure all that out. Let me resize this.
for bonuses. Are they eligible for a bonus based on those strikes? Based on,
Right, maybe they aren't.
so it's kind of interesting.
Um, Now that's going to be. We want to try to stay away from things that might be company specific and more of a general, like applied to any organization. But we'll see what might make sense on a really general level with that.
Well, the main thing I remember my HR lady having trouble. She would actually offer me. She would make me attend a meeting to offer me the health insurance. And at the time, I mean, I know it's different now, but I was not a full-time employee, so I did. They didn't have to offer it to me,
Okay.
but I would still have to attend this useless meeting.
Oh,
So then
all
knowing
right. So
that,
let's do health insurance.
I think full-time will determine. I don't. We have to look
So
at the
what's
law.
the logic?
Well, we have to looking at the changes in health insurance. Like, do you have to be full time to be offered, or can anybody be offered, or who's?
All right. Let's put this up here.
Oh, do you know what?
First thing, insurance has has. What do we want? What's this? Has insurance been offered?
Okay, no. Here's what we want under insurance: has it, doesn't have it, or has waived it. Like, cause are they eligible, not
Oh,
eligible, or waived?
so insurance status. And that'll be our next work type, which happened to come right after that, or our next drop down. So insurance status. It's another great use for the drop down. And our three, what is it? Possibilities?
Eligible? Oh no.
Yeah, see, yeah,
Is it eligible or
get
has it?
tricky. I don't know. What do you think? You rattled them off
Okay.
before.
Well, no, I said eligible, not eligible, or waived. But just because you're eligible doesn't mean you've signed up for it yet.
What do
So
we
we'd
want to
almost
put?
have to have eligible, not eligible, and then from that it would branch has it, doesn't have it. I don't know how you would do that. Because
What's the potential statuses that you could be with insurance?
I'm signed up for it. I'm not signed up for it.
Signed up, not signed up.
I guess. And I don't know how complicated you want to get, because now this doesn't tell me, even though employee XYZ is not signed up, do they have the potential? So not eligible. Are they not eligible to sign up? Or they're eligible, but they don't have it yet. Like, how would you go
Okay,
about
so a
that?
second column. So hold on. Real easy here. We'll do this.
You know what? You need your first column to be eligible or not eligible. You need your second column to be has it or doesn't have it, right? I
It
mean, that
doesn't
rolls
matter.
into one. I like that order though.
So you
It's my
think it?
you're building
You
this
think?
model for me, right?
Uh, you think it should be what?
I think the first one should be eligible or not eligible. So eligibility, right?
All right. So eligibility status. L. How do you spell that?
One L E L I G I B I L I T Y. Eligibility.
Eligible.
It's got a freaking I in it after the G.
Not L. Wait. How do you spell it? E L
I'm sorry.
I.
I might have did it wrong. Eligible.
Oh, Ivy.
Uh-huh. At least that's how we have it in the
Hold
notes.
on. No, I don't know about my notes. It's Eligible.
Yeah, yeah, it's got a lot of I's.
Eligible. All right.
Make that A and I.
Never seen a harder word. Eligible. Now this one I don't know. Eligibility status.
You missed.
Eligible. Oh, eligibility.
Uh-huh.
That looks like too many eyes.
It looks right though.
Eligibility. There it is. Copy. Paste.
No, leave it like that.
No,
It's
no,
still
no, no.
coming.
Take this out. All right. Then adjust the drop down on this. So this should make the life of an HR manager very easy because a lot of them are just not able to know these functions in Google Sheets. So they might have a basic Excel sheet or a basic Google sheet or hand and paper. This kind of puts some smart logic around it, makes everything really nice and neat and organized. Uh, okay. Now you have to, so let's say this person's eligible, but they haven't signed up. Let's say this person is not eligible and they signed up. That's not possible. They're not signed up. So anybody that's not eligible is obviously they can't have signed up, but you can check that and we can run like a sanity check to make sure you don't have anybody that says they are signed up but they're not eligible.
What a fun term, a sanity check.
We can also check, this will be we can do some nice logic around this just to show different reports for people. This is a good one. And you can adjust the column width yourself when you're messing around with this. Okay, anything else did we write down?
Notes.
Eligibility status, insurance status. Oh, notes. random notes about the employee.
Yeah,
Who
that was
knows?
an important column to me
This can
because
just
you
be
don't know what
whatever.
they want to keep track of.
And then we could put like, I don't know if we're gonna need any more columns, but so we'll have notes, but we'll also put in here.
You don't want to put anything about the current wage and the annualized increase.
No, no, that's not really up to the HR manager, but the
Do
HR
they have
manager
to
can.
report that in any
I
capacity? Are you
don't know
sure?
because I'm not an HR manager myself, and I never worked at one, but I'm assuming the HR manager should at least know when the last time a raise was given, and it's all a negotiation between the employee and the company. We'll just put some extra fields here. If you want other stuff you want to keep track of, I got a bunch more stuff that can be done. We'll probably put a filter on this whole thing, so if you just want to, you could easily click the top here and, okay, I only want to see people who are not signed up. Okay, well, that's everybody right now. Or let's say I only want to see people who are eligible. So that's how you can use a filter. No, we're not getting into that. I think so hiring or rates and all that, it can get real complicated, but I think an actual helpful data point is days since last raise. So
So look, they
the
do have to
if
calculate that. Look at the example calculation
yeah,
below.
but we're not
6
doing
months
that.
actual work divided by 12 months to review
It's
the data.
always negotiated with the plate.
3% multiplied by, I mean, they actually do need to know that. I think they need to know that, don't you? You can't do
all
some more
all we
magic.
want to get into here is I can quickly look and see, oh, this person hasn't had a raise in 1,200 days. Oh, probably got a problem there. Put date of last raise. The key of this
Oh,
tracker is to keep organized.
okay, if we're just keeping organized, here's something. Do we need to put anything about like new hires needed or anything about like what do you call it, the turnover?
No, we did that in a different template. Oh, and if you guys were wondering, some popular Google Sheets I have done in the past, um, mostly in accounting tools, it was the accounts payable and receivable tracker. This is a very popular one. It's awesome. I'm really happy with the way that one turned out. Also, budget versus actual has a Google Sheet. 12 months. What else? I think some sales pipeline stuff. The 6-stage sales pipeline tracker, that was a good one in Google Sheets. I think that was it.
Shay, do we want to do any type of formula of how to calculate how much? Oh no, you're just doing hourly. Because I was gonna say, do we want anything to calculate what their annualized salary is based off of their hourly wage?
No, we're not doing any math with how much money they should have made or whatever. We're just trying to say, look, we can tell, okay, they last got a raise on April 15th. That's been X days since then. So at least you can track it. Now, if you have to figure out what you're actually willing to offer them, that's a whole different thing. We're not getting into that. This is mainly an organizing tracker for an HR person. Now, the question is, if you're trying to manage people, is there any other data points that we're missing here that we need to track? That's a question.
What other benefits? Do we want to do anything about vacation? Do we want to do it? Because I know when you work at a job full time, some jobs will offer unlimited
Yes.
vacation.
Yes. Okay. So, um, hmm.
For sure. Do we want this on a different page or same page? I guess same page is fine.
So this can get tricky, but I think what we'll do is this will be a couple things. We'll put um current now do vacation days reset?
So in
How does it work?
some jobs they roll over paid time off. Some jobs they do not. You have to, and I think in a lot of jobs they don't. Like if you don't use all 12 your vacation days by January 1st, you
We'll just put vacation days available, vacation days used.
Now do you want,
Does that make any sense?
what about, well, I don't even know if you need both of those. How about a column that says vacation days that the employee 55 test, she gets 2 weeks or 10 business days worth of vacation. She's used five.
So available vacation days, used vacation days.
So is available mean that's what's left?
Yeah, how much are you available? You might have, let's say you have 20 and you use 5 of them.
I don't like the word available there
Wait,
because I'm
hold on. No,
thinking,
if let's say you have 20 available, you've used 5, so your total is like 25.
see, that's confusing. How about vacation days allotted or something? If you say available, I'm gonna think that's the remainder. That's what's
You're right.
left.
All right. Allocate it. A vacation total
Total,
max vacation days
yeah, sure, because they don't have to use them all. And then we need sick days. This is a benefits tracker.
allotted. How do you spell that?
I think you were right. I think it's 2 L's.
So let's say it's 50, let's say it's 14. You've used,
Yeah, it's 2 L's. You're good.
oh,
And two T's. 2 L's, two T's.
let's say you've got 14, you've used 5.
So you can have a remainder, I guess.
Yeah, and we'll have to put remainder, and this will be a formula as well. And we can do an array. And if it resets every year, then let's say it's now January 1st of the next year, you could say 0, and there's still 14 to max. Okay, we'll do L2 to L minus M2 to M, and that's fine. Formula's right in the top cell. That'll apply to anything added in the future. Let's say you had 10 for this person. They've used 5. They got 5. Or let's say they've used 2. They got 8 left. Oop, this column auto-populates.
Okay, so this is kind of interesting. I was just looking up exactly what PTO stands for. PTO,
Paid time off.
yeah, so it's a policy bundle of various types: leave, vacation, sick, personal leave. These bank these all together, but paid sick leave is specifically for sick leave. So do I think we should have another column for sick leave? Maybe make one PTO, or instead of vacation, maybe use the word PTO.
Okay, so what are we doing here?
I want something with sick leaves, specifically.
What? Like what? What's
Like,
the data
how many
point?
sick days do you get, and how many have you taken? The same thing we just did with
So
vacation.
max sick days, used sick days. We'll put used vacation days.
Or do we want to put PTO days there, or no? Vacation's good, I guess. They could just change the word to sick to PTO if they wanted, right?
Of course.
Okay.
So max 6 days, used sick days remaining.
Now here's something kind of
Let's say they get
interesting.
100 and they've used 10.
Is there any way to make these feed into the unexcused absence column, or no? Am I getting really
Well,
convoluted?
does it have to?
No, I guess
Does it
not.
can it?
I don't know.
Like empirically every single time would it always be able to be?
Well, I'm just wondering, like,
What would the math be or the logic? Because you don't know.
well, I kind of
A
want you to
6 day
actually feed
might be.
into an excused absence. Oh, you're saying they could be
This could
unexcused
be
or
excused
excused.
or unexcused. This could be right. If it's a doctor's note, it's excused. Let's say you're just calling in sick. Maybe that doesn't count as excused. Or if it's a vacation day,
You're right. This should be
this is
manually entered.
different.
This should be manually
Yeah,
entered.
this is
Okay.
different. And strikes are different because it could be from all kinds of different things. Okay.
Do you want to put, this is just my brain thinking from left to right. Do you want to put put strikes after all this crap? Because I'm gonna want to calculate strikes after I see all my sick
Well,
days and stuff. Or does it not
well,
matter?
strikes. It doesn't matter about what's happened here. Strikes, like when it happens, they go in here and enter. Okay, you've got a strike, 5 strikes. You just got another one. Okay, 6. Like this is a big deal. These are just kind of trackers on what's happened, but this is kind of important. And we can do a thing that says strikes from 0 to 5 is green, above 5 to 12 is yellow, and above 12 is like red in auto conditional format. And they could change what numbers result in the
So here's a
colors.
question I have. PTO, the concept of PTO, if my Google search was correct, is the combination of sick and vacation. Could we have a column that adds total days used, like a total PTO days used, or something like that, or no? That is generated from those, or no?
I don't know.
Or am I being
I don't
silly?
know. It doesn't easily make sense to me just thinking about what
Do
you
we
just said.
want maternity status? That's a big deal. Do we want anything about being on personal leave? It doesn't just have to be maternity, but personal
Well,
leave of any
what would
kind.
that mean?
Uh, like I know you get some jobs will give you even up to 6 weeks of maternity leave or 4 weeks of maternity leave. So do we want to put if they're eligible for maternity leave? That could be one of the columns. And some jobs do offer men to have maternity leave as well.
Hmm.
Do you just want to make that one of the columns at the end that
So
actually
I think
counts?
that's a tracker. I think that could be like a. Let's put it in one of these fields here. Like so. What was it?
Eligibility for maternity leave, or how many weeks of. So here's something
Hold on.
you can.
Days. How many days have they been working for? That's probably important.
Yeah, that's important.
So you don't have to manually do the math. How days?
Current current number of employment days, or how do you do that?
Oh, days since first since hire date. This is hire date. So
Okay.
how long have you been working there? And we could do. We don't need any validation. Equals array formula. D to D equals blank, then blank. Otherwise, today minus D2 to D. Day since hire date. And then we could actually put years as well. I don't know if that's important. Years. Do we want to take up a column with years?
I don't know because I think after a year, I think you're pretty. Well, yeah, yeah. Let's put it.
And it's just
Yeah, I like it because vacation time they might calculate that. So this will be really easy for him or her. They say, okay, how many vacation days are they allotted? Oh, well, they've worked here 2 years. That means that my company says that's 2 weeks of vacation time. So they can easily see that column and fill in
yeah.
their chart. I think that
This
would
is
be
actually their tenure in years. Tenure in days. How long have they been there for?
that's what that word means.
Yeah, tenure. How long you been there for?
I thought it meant you can't get fired.
Well, that's let's see, tenure. The condition under which a land or building are held occupied. How long you've been something's been occupied.
Give
The
some.
holding of an office.
I feel like that term most people know it as to
eh,
get permanent
This is
post.
verb though. These are nouns. I'm talking as a
Okay.
noun. So his tenure of the premiership would be threatened.
Can you put tenure and then in parentheses put day, days of employment or years of employment? Or I don't know. I just feel like that term is used differently.
Okay, total years employed. Days employed.
You were right. You were using it as a noun. I think that's really important because that
And then we'll
will help him
do
or her organize for
um
eligibility across the board.
We'll do.
For the maternity thing, I want to put maternity leave, or you can even just put personal leave, and it could be 0 weeks. The person could be zero, eligible for 0 weeks.
We'll do the same thing with this here. Okay. So we got years since last raised, days. Um,
Just like
that.
we did sick days and then sick days remaining, I want something personal leave. Something about personal leave, because that's a big deal. I think people, I mean, like,
So what?
I
What?
know I'm looking from like a female perspective, but leave is a big deal when you're having children and doing whatever. Uh, how many weeks of leave do they have? Like, I want a new column
Isn't
about
that like?
personal leave.
Isn't
It's not
okay?
the
So
same as
that's different than
vacation.
sick days. Okay,
It's,
so
are they going to hold your position while you have a
um,
baby for 6 weeks?
personal leave days.
Uh-huh. And that is also determined from how long you've been there. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So this HR person can, in theory, go across and say you have this many sick days,
and we
this
can
many
freeze
days of
this.
leave, this many PTO days. Okay, so that means that you can take this much time off when you have a baby. That's a huge deal.
Okay, and look, we can freeze the column so they can see all that when they scroll over here.
Very cool.
All right, so personal leave days.
Yeah, and that's just based off of how many.
Are we gonna put how many they get a year? How what's the logic around this?
So personal leave days, you can put like how many days are in 4 weeks? 28. So put 28 days.
Let's say it's 28 is the okay.
I don't know if we want to put personal leave or maternity leave because I'm specifically thinking of maternity leave, but I guess it's the
I
same
don't
thing.
know. It could be used as the same personal leave. Do
And
you want to
then
put how many they've used?
now, because this is an eligibility in itself. I mean, you actually have to be pregnant to even
Right,
qualify for maternity leave. And then I would just put another column that says, personal leave used, maybe.
right. And then the remaining, like we did on the other ones.
Yeah, I like that freeze column feature. That was cool.
Yeah, that'll be useful. And if you want to unfreeze it, you just highlight it, no columns, and then you could go to a different column and freeze it. I think that's a good
You
freeze
know what?
point.
Move age over, or put age before that, or something. Maybe put age after last name, because I want that frozen in there too, because they need to be able to view that at will.
Let's see. Yeah, we want to get all these columns right before we start building logic for them.
I think that's good. What do you think?
Yeah, that's fine. It's not that hard to edit. Remaining, and then what's one we did for this, like this. If they have like, let's say 14, and they've used 10,
And that could be for major surgeries or maternity,
sure.
however they want to define it.
And this doesn't roll every year, whatever. It's just a total, like for the
I
whole
think
time they
so.
ever are at the company.
Well, I don't know, because we have multiple kids. I don't know.
Well, they can reset it if they
I
have to.
know that this is a big thing, like with my sister. She's taking sick days, personal leave, everything she can. She's combining them all into a period so that she can
It's fine. Yeah, that
hold on
makes
as long
sense.
as possible.
And then we could do like conditional formatting, like Um,
Do you want to fill in the rest of these for an example or no? Do you find that necessary?
just to make sure the logic works for anything.
Wait, they have 33. Yeah, make this a little.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't, it's arbitrary. Um, all right. So before I start doing filters, we probably want to do some conditional formatting on here that actually shows on this. Is there anything that makes sense to highlight the entire row if something is true? Or is there nothing that is that significant? Like what do we want to highlight in red if something is true?
I'm now the whole row or just part of it?
The
Like I.
entire row. Is there anything that's that important or can we just do
Oh,
it
well, no, I don't know.
or we can just do it by data point? Like
I can't think of any really right
okay.
now. I like the whole thing.
So I think some things I could think of that should be red are if
How do you change these absences? This is insane.
it doesn't matter.
Because then you're not
It's
going to be able to make it red when you say how many, if they've used all their sick days or, you
well,
know.
what's a thing that we want to turn red for? Do we want sick days to have any logic around it for if it turns red? Like if these columns turn red if what?
If they've
If remaining
if
sick days
they've
is less than
exceeded
0?
if they've exceeded their sick days they're allowed, or
Okay,
does that
fine.
make sense?
I think so. So we do conditional formatting and we do based on n to p if and we'll do a formula and we'll say if p to p is less than or equal to 0 or less than 0. That would mean they've used more sick days than they have.
Mm-hmm.
Now this should work. And then we could make it like this maybe.
Well, you know, in that case, do we even need a remaining?
Yeah, because
Okay.
that's the only column that's how we're figuring out if there are. Let's say they've got 100 and they've used 101. Now they just turned red. 99, fine. Let's say 115. Now that's red.
That's
50.
a cool little feature. That's eye catching.
So now you know, okay, you're scrolling through. Oh shoot, they're over their sick days.
Oh shoot.
So whatever that might be. Um, we could also do some stuff around number of strikes. So I'm gonna do this. So for number of strikes, from 0 to what number is good? Like green. This will be
I
green,
would say
good. How many strikes is okay?
maybe under 10.
0 to 10 is you're fine. Now, when is it getting a little dicey? Like,
Oh, well, no. Okay, 0 to 5 is good. 5 to 10, you're
okay,
getting dicey. After 10, you're fired.
okay, so 6 to 10, and then if you hit over that, it's a red. I'm trying to remember how to do this. And then so,
10
oh,
plus.
I guess 11. Are you saying if you hit 10 or if you're over 10 is bad?
What do you think? I guess
It
over
doesn't
10.
matter. They can
Over
adjust
10.
these numbers, so
Acceptable. Don't put good, put acceptable. 11 plus, you're bad. Or unacceptable.
not good. And then they could change. These are all editable.
Alright.
So they can change.
Now, what happens if it's higher than 11? Will they.
We'll see this now. It used to say this plus 1. These you don't change. And this is always, obviously, 0 is not going to change. So these cannot be changed. You can change where the thresholds are.
Oh, do you not. If you lock these in, so they can't change those?
They can change this and this. So it could be 0 to any number. And then whatever that, let's say it's 0 to 3. And
Oh,
that
it
goes to
changes
4.
automatically to 4.
Yes.
Okay.
And then what's the next range? 0 to whatever. Let's say
4.
15. And then that goes to 6.
Okay. Very clever.
Okay, so we'll just do 5 and 10. So changing these two does the whole table. And now we can do, um, so I guess this could be their, do we want this to highlight their entire row? No, because we don't want to interfere with the other stuff as well.
No,
So
just highlights the strikes
yeah,
column.
let's just do that. All right, so if
If you're managing 100 employees, that would be really helpful to know when they've gotten up there.
now let's make sure we can do this. So this is if oh, we can't do a different sheet. So
You'll know Ralph's in the red.
we have to, so over here, this actually has to be used. Strikes range. So we have to do, so we can do if it's less than or equal to 5. If it's greater than 5, but less than or equal to 10. Hmm, you know what? We'll just do, and then if it's greater than 10, I'm just trying to think. Oh, let's see. I think we can do it in between. All right, where's the strikes?
Did you see it?
Where's the strikes? Oh, all right. So formula, if it is, oh wait, no, we don't need a formula. Shoot, less than. Can we do AT5? Does that work? Oh, no, it doesn't.
Well, we'll just run the green.
Yeah, so it should be green. All right, whatever. We'll do the whole formula. So if K to K is less than or equal to AT2. Oh, no. And then we want to lock that and that and this. Okay, that's fine. 4, 5, 6, perfect. Okay, so up to 5, we'll do a second rule. So that worked fine. Uh, if K is, now this is tricky. I don't know if I could do a double. If it's greater than 5, but less than 10.
Does Excel get picky about
Like
keeping
you could
score
do,
greater than?
no, but you can do in between, but I don't think you can do that with a formula. So I'm trying to see, like I can do if it's greater than AT2, but I also want to do is less than. I don't think you can do that in a formula.
Well, would the formula override if you have, well, if it's actually greater than that, will it like override it to be the red color?
Let's see. So if we make this, so this is going to be like, is this yellow?
Honestly, honey, do we need
Yes, this
three
is.
grades? Why doesn't it just be acceptable or non-acceptable? You have the acceptable number of
Well,
strikes
yellow means
across
you're
the board.
getting, these people are close to getting too many strikes.
Which
Is
is,
that yellow?
yeah,
Is that like a good cautionary color or is it too close to
it's
this?
way too close to that.
I think it is that.
I mean, above
uh,
it, try the color above it. I know that looks really yellow.
that's super yellow.
I know,
No,
see what it would look like. See what it look like, because those are all orange.
this is orange.
Yeah, go to yellow.
I mean,
Just,
I
it's
guess
not bad. Do you know, we can dull it down, go to more colors, like go to it,
there is no.
and custom.
Oh,
And then just lighten it
Okay, like that one.
Yeah, that looks good. It just looks a little more mustardy. It's fine. It's acceptable.
All right, and then if it's greater than 3, you're now super red, so that's not good.
No, up, up. Yeah, I guess that's fine. You said the word super red, so I
And
thought.
then we want this to take. Let's see if this worked. I don't know if it will. It depends on how they do the priority. Um,
Okay, so fill in that
why
this one
is this
is.
yellow? K1, K2.
Okay, so fill in some numbers and let's
All
see what
right,
works.
6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. What was the high?
I don't know what you said it to.
Not that high. 10. All right, so it works up until. All right, so let's see. 5, 6. So it goes to yellow. We need it to go. 11 should be red. So it's seeing this. So what we have to do is make this the priority, I think, and then it'll just flow.
Okay, so try it again. I want to
So
see.
now I go 10. Yeah, that worked.
Oh man, tricky. Okay.
5, 4. So up to 4 or up to 5, you're good. 6, you're now in the yellow. 10 and now 11. Boom, red.
Very cool.
That works.
Very nice,
All
Jake.
right.
I think the
Okay.
yellow. That's a nice yellow. That's a
That's
nice
fine. Yeah,
yellow.
it's good. It's a good difference between
The cells that are
the
off.
yeah. All right, that works good. So number of strikes is probably really
Is
important.
one of them bad?
It doesn't matter. Number of excused absences, we don't really care. I mean, that's there, but we don't want to put any formatting around it.
Wait, what do we know? Absences?
Yeah.
Well, unexcused. I don't know.
So we can do the same thing with
I don't know.
unexcused that we just did with strikes. Um,
Now, I wonder if it would be helpful for them to have just a total absence days. We're talking excused and unexcused. We want to know how many days this person is gone. Like they might be gone, 100 days a year. That's
so
insane.
total absences.
Yeah, I want to know what that is. Yeah, because I need to know how often this person is not in.
So M2 plus N2, right? What about leave?
Yeah, yeah, you count that.
Now this might be a cool metric. So where's Z?
Do we want to actually count also days of vacation used, or are we getting way too crazy?
Well, now yeah, we could, because now you're basically saying how much time are they. Well, no, because that resets every year, so it might not mean anything, you know.
Well, no,
Because all the other
each
stuff is not.
year I want
The
to
other
know
stuff doesn't reset each year.
which doesn't. Sick days does. Vacation days do.
So you're saying all of that should
I
reset
want
each
to know
year,
how many, and it could be at the very end. I want to know how many days this person hasn't been in my facility.
and then we could say a percentage out of the year and show a percentage that they're there. That's a good one. The question is all this on the same time frame? Is number of excused absences something that resets every year? Is unexcused absence
Oh.
reset every year? Um,
Do we have to get really complicated and have a unexcused since the beginning of time column
right.
and then a
That's what I'm saying.
year to
We
date?
only want to
If we put a
see.
YTD, it doesn't.
And I don't want to get too complicated. So from what we have here, what days do we want to add up? Because excused absences, unexcused, that never resets. Why would that
Yeah,
ever?
it does.
Why?
Each year I get 10 days of well, I get 5 days of excused absences, 3 days of
Is that a
excused
thing?
absences. I think so.
I feel like if you've had, let's say, 20 since you've been there, you're out. I feel like it's a running total. And then we could say, based on how much they've been there, what's the ratio? Like, I think for this metric, it's really cool to see for their entire life that they've been an employee.
Okay, well, as long
How
as you're
many times have they not
explaining
been
that.
there relative to how many days that they've been working there?
Okay, but just make sure to in the video to
If
explain
they've
what
been
those
working there for
things do.
15 days and they're out for 5 of them, like that's crazy.
Well, I bet your mom, she's been at a
If
place
they've
for
been
40
working for
years.
40,000 days and they've only been out for like 10, that's really good.
Okay,
So
well,
that ratio is
then
what.
just explain that you're gonna do that if
Well,
in your
that's what we're.
explanation.
Okay. So total days out. So what of these are total days forever? Excused, unexcused absences, sick days. That resets, right? Does sick days reset
I
every
feel
year?
like they do.
Usually.
Yeah, I think these all reset each year.
Okay, I get that. But we are trying to figure out a ratio that's very useful for the entire life the employee has been there versus how many days are they out. So we can't add columns that are
Well,
total
then,
and columns that are only reset each year.
well, now that's really complicated because I don't know if we would add vacation then.
Okay, so we're gonna take number of excused and unexcused absences. I
No,
feel
but
like
we do it year to date. We
that's
add
a
them all.
this is a good running total. That doesn't make any sense. And then they're working there for 10 years. So what does that number mean? In one of the 10 years, who knows which one it
All
was?
right, guess what? I want you to do this how you want to do it.
All right. You've got number of excused and unexcused absences. That's a running total. I believe for most cases, sick days resets. Let's say you get 12 a year or whatever. Vacation days definitely resets every year. That's a no-brainer, right? Personal days.
Like personal leave of absence days. I don't know if those reset or not. That might just be on the basis of you're pregnant or whatever, or have a terminal illness or.
Do we want to count personal days in
Sure.
this
Yes.
calculation?
Yes.
And so in that case, then this total in Z needs to be the total forever. Let's see. Do companies usually give max personal days per year or running total? Well, then we're up a bit industry region. 10 is the national average. So they usually get more days per year. Okay, so this is a yearly thing. Personal days, but not leave. This is personal days. So leave is separate. And I don't know if we really need to do. All right. Well, let's see here. So we have number of excused absences. Yeah, I mean, so this is tough because it looks like a lot of places do yearly stuff, and I want to know the running total for the lifetime because I think that's an important ratio. Otherwise, it's kind of pointless to do this. Uh, yeah, I think we're just not going to do this calculation. Let's delete this. Because this could be a running total, it might not be, it might reset every year, and all of them potentially could or could not. So, and it doesn't make sense to add two columns if one's reset every year and one doesn't. We'd have to literally do two sets of columns for all these, and that's too much for this. Um, Personal leave days, max personal leave days. Um, that's fine. Okay. Uh, so we want to get into some filters. I feel like we have a pretty good set of data. Um, so filters are nice. So what we could do is show the total data points based on different factors. So we can like see, so this is going to be like strikes. And then you could put people less than X strikes. And here's the thing, and real simple. And we could do, okay, I want to filter the entire data set over to AD if the number of strikes, so K2 down, is less than or equal to our strikes data input here. So let's say we put in 5, and we'll format this. Put our headers in here from the data. So this automatically will show each record that has less than 5. So you see this is 5 and 4. If I put 4, now it only shows the one record that has 4 strikes on it. So this is one automated filter that's nice. Let me center and format all this so it doesn't come through crazy. All right. We could take the grid lines away. We could do alternating colors. Go down to 1,000. That basically fits like 99.99% of businesses. Alternating colors, just simple, that's fine. Okay. Years, this is fine, this is fine. Just making sure the formatting looks good. Okay. So here's if you want to filter and see just a report with people with less than or equal to 4. What do I do? Less than or equal to 4 strikes. Um, then what else might we want to see? So this is a HR manager. We're looking at all this data for your employees, and you want to do reports now. Let's say, you know, we could do listing. So we've got strikes here. We could list um, employment type, or what do we call that? Uh, Worker type. And we could do what should be any of these, and the validation. Now I could do multiple, so we could say list anybody that's full-time, also or part-time, or etc., or just show one or the other. Now if I put multiple criteria here, it's going to take more logic, and I'll have to do some pass-fail logic on the data. I don't really want to get that complicated with it. So uh, worker type. So we'll just have this. So you can list, okay, here's all my, and then count. So we could just do a count of them, count this. So one full-time, and there'll be employee IDs for, let's just put some better data in here. Let's say 6.6 test, 7.5 test. Just put some data in here. Say this is a part-time and a part-time. So you see we got 3 part-times. Wait, oh, we got to update the formula. So if Now we're filtering if our worker type equals this. Oop, what the heck did it do? What happened? Filter A2 to AD if data H2 to H equals C2. There we go. So full-time 1, part-time 2. And then we could do like, we could do summary. So here you could see like the number of worker types, which you can change here where it's relevant. Let me make sure. Yeah, okay. So let's say, how many do we want to go down to? There's probably not that many worker types. I mean, probably worker types, count, percentage, and so we could say, count ifs, our data, worker type, this is here. Bring that down, that's fine. Total employees, sum that, got 3, and total for each one is that one. Okay. So that's just some summary data on the company of employee count. Oh wait, we'll do some extra slots here. Hold on. Maybe 4 extra. Sum down to C11. And that's always going to be 100. This doesn't really need to be summed up. And then this can be a chart like this. A simple column. We don't need that. We know that it's a count, and then we'll call it, count of employees by type. Full-time, part-time, contractor, etc. That's pretty good. Uh, we also can put, oh, this will be a good one. So we know their worker type. We can also put if they uh, are signed up for insurance. So we can see how many full-time employees, and this could be a good summary to know if you're messing up somewhere. So count ifs. This is equal to signed up, and this is equal to that. And there's one signed up for insurance. I'm trying to do a little like HR dashboard here. And then this could be a good total, and then you could put a percentage on this as well. Actually, this would be E4 divided by C4. And then we could also put total. Yeah, bring this down. Okay. All right. So kind of employees sign up for insurance. I think this is a nice chart because you want to see, okay, I've got one full-time employee, one sign up for insurance, 100%. I've got two part-time, 0% of them are signed up. I could put, if I put they are not signed up here, this is a good summary. So half of them are signed up here. We could also do, what do we also want to do? Total employees eligible. I forgot eligible for insurance. Total employees. Uh, what do we want to say here? Total employees eligible and signed up for insurance. And then also total employees. Wait, I guess that would be it. Do we care? So if you're eligible for insurance and you're signed up, we want to know. We also want to know if you're eligible and not signed up for insurance. If you're not eligible, then you would not be signed up. So that's just you wouldn't. That'd be a data entry error. So I guess that's all we care about. So put this over here. So here we can do count if total employees. If this is eligible. So on here, we definitely on the validation, these should not change and these should not change because we're actually referencing the direct spelling here. So here, don't change, don't change. And I'll put these as white just to make it real clear. So these two lists don't change. This list you can. All right. And then count if it's eligible, and then count if they're eligible. Oh wait, I know. Employees eligible but not signed up. Probably something. So kind of it's eligible, and this is, come on, Google Sheets, and this is not signed up. Employee eligible and signed up. This would actually just be this, but you would know there's an error. So if this should equal, oh, come on, Google Sheets. Sometimes it doesn't like to do the formula, and this is signed up. So this should be the same as this, or else you've got a data error. All right. Oh wait, here we also have an error. So if there's two signed up but one eligible, that's an issue. So we also want to count total not eligible and signed up. And this would be error because that's not actually possible, or it shouldn't be possible. So this one will be count if it's eligible and, or count if it's signed up and not eligible. So this is an error if it's red. That shows 0 employees eligible and signed up. See, now that's 0, that's good. Employees eligible, insurance, insurance stats. So total employees eligible for insurance 2. Got it. Employees eligible but not signed up 0. Let's change one of them to not signed up. 1. Perfect. Employees eligible and signed up is now 1. Eligible and signed up, and that is not possible, so it's error. Total not eligible. Okay. And there's 3 total employees, so that makes sense. So we got one that's signed up and eligible, one that's not signed up and is eligible, and one that's not eligible and not signed up. All right, that's good. So we've got counts here, signed up by count, um, eligibility, who's eligible but not signed up. Um, let's see what else. We do so much here. Let me customize this chart. I want 3D. I want data labels. That looks kind of good. I can't. What's up? What? I can't. I'm in the middle of the stream. I can't just mute. Still got another 35 minutes. Okay. All right, sounds good. So I think I have my helper back here. All right, hon. So look at this. We did. Is this cool? I did like a dashboard. So it counts. Here's all the worker types. There's up to. They can have up to 8. It shows the count of type, like count of full time, part time, whatever. Their percentage. It also shows who's full time and signed up for insurance, whatever, like insurance. The percentage of that, and then the more stats like so total employees who are eligible, total employees who are eligible but not signed up, total employees eligible and signed up, and then an error code if they put not eligible but they are signed up. That's obviously an error of data entry error that they need to fix. And then this chart shows a count of employees by
Oh,
type.
yeah.
So that's kind of
Okay. That's useful to know that most of your employees are part-time or
right.
whatever.
Yeah, for an HR manager. Uh, HR management tool. Wait, did we do anything with benefits? Because wasn't that the whole point of this?
Well, I'm
Or
not
is it insurance is benefits,
insurance
I
is
guess?
benefit.
What are benefit? What else are benefits? I don't even know.
Well, the number of vacation days and absences and personal leave
And
and things.
so it's mainly insurance and then all the that vacation stuff,
Insurance and PTO.
pay time
But you
off.
can
Oh, and
actually
then like a 401k, all that stuff, but that doesn't
oh,
really
like the
matter.
401. Well,
It's a benefit, but there's not really any point to putting it in here as for
right.
the HR manager to know like what where they offer. Like I guess you could put are they signed up for 401k? Um,
Yeah, you could put as one of the. If they were really interested, they could put it as one of the blank columns.
right. Yeah, you could put it here like 401k plan, yes, no.
Do you
I don't know how that works exactly, but they could track it here if they wanted.
did you remember when I first started? I said PTO is a lump of everything, leave, absences, everything. Did you want to like have a sum about paid time off, PTO?
No, so I decided not to do any of that with the days because so a lot of these could be either yearly or total. Uh,
Okay,
and
yeah,
I would have
that
to do two columns of every single one to make it to actually have it work. So
that would be a mess.
not even gonna put it. But they can still all this is gonna be tracked. So this is a summary so far. Um, we'll probably add some more stuff to this. I've also got look at this. So strikes. How many strikes? Look at this says anybody who's got five or less, or four strikes or less, or two, or none. That person's got none.
Can you do another one of these for absences? Believe it or not, I put to
Everything. We're gonna do this for everything. Yes.
because absences like didn't your mom celebrate that she's never missed a day of
Yep.
work?
I'm gonna do it. That's what I was hoping you'd come help me with. So, worker type. You can show, here's full-time workers, here's my part-time, and here's the count. Contractors. Oh wait, we don't want to count an NA, so hold on. We probably need to do column B. There's not really a chance that they don't have a first name, so that should be a good indicator of the count. Part-time 2, full-time 1. That makes sense with our numbers here. Um, so that's good.
What is it like a perfect attendance award?
Yeah. And if they want to filter, they can filter that and then they could further filter this down. You know, how far do I want to go down here? I mean, I think 1,000's pretty good. That's going to cover again like 99% of the businesses. So they could say, okay, here's my full time, and if they want to show, oh no, let's do part time because there's two, and I want to see of these part time who is signed up or not signed up, or who's eligible and not eligible. I could filter that even further. All right. So worker type, strikes. Oh, shoot, I'm gonna filter this too. And it looks like I didn't. Did I? Remaining leave days. Do we not have? How far did we go over on this data? Oh, shoot, all the way to AD. Okay, hold on. This needs to go to AD. Oh, wait, it does. Hold on. Why? Why is this stopped here? Uh, dang it. This should go all the way to what's our last data point? Notes. Yeah, we need notes to come through. So why is that not? Oh, because there's no data in that. Let's see if I put something in here. Okay, yeah. So notes come through. All right. So we got to filter out down to there. Filter. Worker type here. We didn't drag this over, so unfilter this. Go all the way over. Make this bold. That's already bold. And filter this down. Make the notes bigger. We had a couple of viewers in and out today so far. All right, filter here. All right, what's next? You want to make one for what?
Like perfect attendance, like just attendance in general.
And then that's based on which column exactly?
I guess the unexcused, like anything that's unexcused. Because if it's excused, it's not. You're still perfect if it's excused.
So you want to say
Unexcused absences, unexcused. What else is there?
you want to say less than or equal to x unexcused absences
You want it
on
to be zero. I just want to know who has perfect attendance on the list.
right less than or equal to x unexcused absences. I think I spelled that right. And then this will be then if now we're filtering or unexcused absences here. If M2 to M is less than or equal to our attendance metric here. Oh,
There is no one that's had zero. Maybe creative has
C2.
zero.
So that's five. So three. Let's make sure we're counting column B too, because B. Oh, we didn't even put a count into this one. All right, E and F. So zero, there's one person. They have none because we didn't put any data in for them, but so that they would show up as zero.
We'll add a person just for fun.
So zero.
You gotta give them a name. Oh, they do have a name.
Yeah, they're here. I just didn't put any data over here for them. Let's say they have two strikes. So strikes, worker type, attendance, less than or equal to X unexcused absences. So this is like a perfect record.
So should we put that kind of title like perfect attendance or perfect record or?
No, well, because they could put in here five. What if they want to see everyone has got five or less,
Oh, alright.
or three or whatever, two, and
I
then
can't. I just want this in a simpler language, like less than or equal to X unexcused absences. Like that seems kind of confusing. Like, can you
less. Um, well, hold
can you
on.
just put a parentheses below it that says like something about attendance? I don't know. Maybe that's fine. Maybe I just. It's fine.
They've got less than two. Or you could do it the other way and go, who's got more than X? But I think less than's kind of cool because you want to see, like, okay, who's got none? Who has five or less? Who has 10?
Can you put a little note that says, like, is there a way to put a note somewhere in here that says, like, this tab is good, or just in your description, maybe when you do the write up, like, this tab's useful for, you know,
Well, less than or
filtering
equal
from
to
the unexcused absence. How
this
many?
in the logic. Let's do this. Let's do this. Attendance one, attendance two, and then this one will be if it's greater than.
Okay.
So who has more than 10? Or who has, like this, you can see who has a whole bunch. Who has more than 5? Who has at least one?
Okay, that makes sense.
Now, hold on. This, oh, unexcused. So that one, the 3 personally comes in. Okay. So attendance, worker type, strikes. What else? So we got worker type. Probably something about insurance. Um, all the people who are signed up for insurance, all the people who are eligible but not signed up. So insurance is going to be like, what do we want to do here?
I would, if I was HR, I would want a list of everyone who's eligible but not signed up, so that I could immediately see them to know who I need to get signed up because legally I have to offer it to them. Eligible but not signed up. Is there a way to filter those two?
Let's see. Insurance status, signed up or not, and also that's going to be the first thing actually. So count if they're signed up and eligible or
How
not
about if they're
eligible.
not signed up
Yeah, so you can do them
and
all.
eligible?
We'll do them all. Why is that? Okay, okay, that's fine. So,
But I
um,
want the opposite. I want eligible, not signed up. I want to know
you
who
can
I need
do,
to
well, this
offer
will
it
allow
to.
you to do any of the
Oh,
configurations. Eligibility, status, and then I just want filter the whole thing if H 2 to H equals this, and H2, or no, what's the one before? Is it after that one? Yeah, eligibility. Oh no. So eligibility is I and J. I is eligibility, and then J is sign up or not. So I can say, okay, who's eligible and signed up? Who's eligible and not signed up?
that's perfect.
Eligible and signed up. And if I change this, let's say they're all signed up and they're all eligible, then you could say, okay, signed up and eligible. No one is eligible and not signed up. Who's not eligible and not signed up? There we go. Our dates are coming through good. All right, all the way to the notes. Perfect. So we've got insurance, strikes, worker type, attendance, attendance 2. Any, what else do we got here? So, um, that we could do something with age, strikes. We did that. Uh, Vacation days available. I don't know how relevant that is. Uh, This is a good one. So we'll do the greater than one.
Yeah, greater than strikes.
No. Well,
Well,
maybe,
I
yeah.
want to know what
Yeah,
greater
yeah,
than
yeah.
strikes.
But we're gonna do raise. So days since last raise. Has it been how many? Like, so if you put, let's say, 1,000, let's say 250, 900 days. What do we want to show up? I guess any employee record that um, has had their raise within the last 900 days. So that means we want to filter AD
What
if,
if we want the opposite? People who haven't gotten a raise. Because then we know who needs a raise.
well, yeah, you could do day since last raise. The higher this is, if there's still people at super high, that means it's been a long time since they've gotten one. So day since last raise is that. If this is, oh, we gotta do greater than actually. Is it C2? Yeah. So So what does this mean? It's been last raise. What are we doing here?
I actually, this is what I would like to know. I want to know who of all my 100 employees hasn't gotten a raise in the last 90 days, or not 90 days, 365 days. Who haven't
Okay,
gotten a
so
raise?
has not gotten a raise within X days. So here these people have gotten raise. So they're over 100 days. What if it's been nine? So how do I see? So no one has gone over 900 days. If we put this to, let's see, let's say this person, just to make sure our logic is sound here. Let's say the last race of this person was in 2008. So it's been a long time.
Oh, change their higher data rule that now.
It doesn't matter. Nope, doesn't matter. Not linked. So this person been 4,000 days. So now on the raise tab, that they come up. Perfect. So it's been over 900 days. It's been over really, you know, 3,000 days. They're still there. So this will show you all the people that haven't gotten a raise in X days. So
I
have,
like 365. I like that. Like who hasn't gotten a raise in a year?
yeah,
Say
all the
they
people who
haven't.
haven't gotten a raise within the past year.
Okay,
They
I like
show up there based on, and that's driven based on this U. Okay, good. That's good. This is a good one
We
actually.
need to fix the strike thing. We need another strike page, right?
Okay, so for strikes, we did less than or equal to this. Now we want to do, so this is
Greater than. Who's far away?
strike one, strikes one, and then we want to do strike two.
Jay, I almost don't think you need a less than strikes. Well, maybe you want to know who's on good standing.
Yeah,
I
you
want
want
to
to see
know.
who's good and has barely any and who has a lot. So greater than. So now we just do, so greater than or equal to that. So this person's had five or more. These have all had five or less. So these are good people. Here's my good people. Here's my bad. And we did conditional formatting for these two. If you have like, what is it? Five is, six is yellow, above 10 is
Yeah,
red, and
have the
that's all,
bad one red.
and that's formatable here.
Hey, have the more than set it to 10.
It is.
Well, I mean, in our little strike guards in there.
Oh,
I think it's easier to learn when there's good examples in there.
yeah. Okay, so who's more than 10? Well, there's one person.
That's my person on the chopping block.
And the count's good there. Let's make sure. Okay. What else do we got going on here? strikes, absences, sick days, raise. Okay, I think that's all the main points. Now, do we want to do anything that says like uh your days employed? I'm gonna label this. Let's see. We want.
You can make that tab tenure because if people know
Yeah,
that now.
I think this is a good one. Tenure. So who's been here for been employed for at least X days, and then we filter.
Or should you put it in years?
Nah, days is fine. F.
Can it convert to years? Because I think that's easier to understand. If you say 3,000 years, I'm not going to want to do the math. I'm going to want to know how many years that is.
Well, 2,000 days.
Yeah, the regular person doesn't do math like that.
Okay, so we get to well, you might need to know for some reason like who's been in play for at least 90 days because I think there's things tied to days that's lower.
Yeah, but can we have a years one then too? Because I want to know for years who qualifies for like didn't like your mom hit something that was 40 years? It was specific. It was really special.
Well, I could put a conversion like how many years is this? We do this divided
Yeah.
by
Thank
okay.
you. That's perfect. That's all I wanted. I want an easy way to see
Yeah,
years.
I'll just put it right there. So, it been in play for at least X days, so we want to know if F is less than or equal to that. I think, right? So they've all been played for at least 100 days. You go down 90, 80, 70.
I know the year thing seems silly, but I really actually like to see that visualization.
So, so they've been in play for at least 10 days, at least 90.
Now, is there a way to do this backwards where they can put the year in and that changes the days?
Um,
Or no?
probably, but I'm still trying to think about if I'm doing greater than or equal to. So does this make, do we need to do both ways again? Like been employed for at least X days or
No, I think
been
that's perfect.
employed
You don't need less than X days, less than 10 days, no. Because, like you said, it's the marker, the
or been
90 days.
employed for at least, so this has got to be greater than. Oh wait, it is.
Yeah, at least 90 days, and all those people, that person was 182 days, 181 days. Oh, maybe you don't need years because it says it right here. Okay, maybe you
Right.
don't need years.
Okay.
Okay, take the years out, I guess.
Now what about this? So they've been employed for at least X days. So I could put 365 and know, okay, nobody's been employed for more than a year or whatever. But what if I want to see who's been employed for
You can
less than 90 days?
just make another page.
Now that's probably only relevant for really big companies, but I think it's still relevant
Yeah.
um, for a bunch of reasons. So been employed for X days, been employed for greater than, and then this is less than or equal to. No, hold on. What am I doing here? I'm lost. I'm lost. What are we doing here?
You wanted to see who's been employed less than a year, who's been employed less than 90 days.
Ah, so nobody. And then let's say if this person's been employed. Wait, where's this coming from? Oh, here. So let's put somebody for recent. Let's say they got hired last month. They've been employed for 27, so that should show up on this. Yeah. So been employed for less than X days. And then this has been employed for
At least.
at least.
Do you want to put more than, or you like at least? At least is fine.
Yeah, who's hit these markers? Okay, that's fine. At least for less than and at least. Actually, this is kind of confusing.
Make it more than.
Employed for greater than. Yeah, more than. More than X days, less than X days. Strike less than or equal to X, greater than or equal to X. Worker type, less than or equal to more than.
Yeah, I like that better than at least, because at least gets confusing.
What did I have there before?
You got at least.
So 3 at least, and then less than.
Change that at least to more than. I really think that at
I did, but
least.
it's equal though. If you put more than, it's going to assume, okay, more than 3. Well, then if they've had 3, that shouldn't
Okay.
show up. So I figure at least it's kind of confusing because it's not less than, more than, but if you just read it, it makes sense at least X unexcused absences. All right, so we got a bunch of filters here. Uh, I think we've hit all the data points pretty good. We've summarized. Now it's about the summary. I think we can summarize a bunch of stuff. Um, do we want to do anything with age? Like,
Yeah, maybe like we could sort out who's all over 65, who's under 18.
yeah, employees under a certain age or over a certain age. That's probably worth doing. So let's do, I'm gonna put this over here. So age 1, age 2, and we're gonna have to hide this link when we're done. Or we'll have to put it, make a copy of this and then delete this file because they could all get this for free if they just type that in.
Like editing the video, or what do you mean?
No, like if they wanted to use this sheet, they could get it for free by typing this into their browser. Well, actually, I can make this one private so no one can view it, so it's fine. It doesn't matter.
Okay, so
All right.
with the age, now, I just want it to be less than and more than.
Employees age X or less.
So I want it less than 18, because I want to know who's a minor.
Oh wait, X or less. Where's the age at? E. So if E is age less than or equal to. So let's see, these were all 44. Let's do,
Can you make the less than actually just less than, like less than a number? Because the only
well,
reason you'd ever want to know
you
is
can,
who's
but
less than 65, who's less than 18. You never need to know who's equal to 65. Well, maybe.
you,
Alright, maybe.
well, then you just put 64 if you want to see that. All right, so employees aged X or less. So this is showing everybody at this age or less, or, and what I
Put
do?
64 so people
E.
know why we are doing this. Because, you know what I mean? I like the examples to
E.
kind of lend to what the function is.
So what was that? Employees aged X or less. Employees age. It was actually good. That's a good description. X or more. Probably should use that for the rest. So now this is saying who's over 18, who's over 45, who's 65 or more. Okay, perfect. and it shows your count again. So you got how many people are under 25, how many people are over 65 or whatever. So again, more good management, age. I think that's all the data points we have. Any other conditional formatting? So we did number of strikes. Um, Unexcused absences. Did we do this or no?
That's when we were calculating like perfect attendance people.
Is there conditional formatting around this? I don't think. Like we should do this for, you know, unexcused absences. And we could do, let's say, should this be more, probably less severe than strike, so you can have like up to, let's say, 10 and you're okay, but then over,
Maybe 10, 15, 20.
20, and then how did we do this over here? So strike range, unexcused absence. I don't absence. How the heck do you spell absence? I've lost it. SENSE is here. Yeah, SENC. Okay.
I always have trouble
Oh, I
putting
did there.
S's.
Yeah.
You
All
can
right.
make it 10, 15, and 20.
It doesn't matter. It's just as long as the logic works. Um, so here we want uh, conditional formatting. If M2 to M is less than or equal to, right? Less than or equal to AS2, then that's good, right? Green. What do we do for green?
I don't know. You picked the green and red.
All right, I'm just gonna, I don't know. I think it was this. What color is this?
It looks a little darker
Is
now.
this the same as this?
Well, unhighlighted. It's highlighted so it changes it. Like unclick out of it.
Oh, all right, we'll figure it out after this. And then if it's, and then we did greater than, less than or equal to this, greater than that, AS2, then it's yellow, which is that one. And then if it's greater than 3 or equal to, if it's up to 10, it's okay. If it's 11 to 19, it's yellow, and then 20 or more. Or do we want to say over 20? I think we did over 20, so greater than. Then you're in the red, which is, I think, this one.
I don't think that's the right green. I think it's a little darker, but I don't know.
Well, we can fix it now.
Yeah, it
All right, so what?
needs one shade darker.
All right, so this one?
Yeah,
That seems too dark.
does it
I'm
help?
just gonna go to it. Oh, it was a custom down here. Okay.
I'm saying you want
I
it both
can't
to be
see.
all the same.
Uh, is this the green? I can't even see.
Yeah,
So that's green. Now what's the red?
the red. I think the red looks good.
Two down. So one, one, or one, two, one, two. I hate being colorblind. Is this red or is this red?
That's red.
This one. Yeah, this was not right. It was that color. And then yellow.
The yellow has to be red. That's a custom
Yeah.
yellow.
All right, so up to 10, 11, yellow, and then 19, 20, 21. No, okay, so then we got to fix this.
You switched them around.
And I think all I did was just put this up here, and there we go. And that's a nice way to easily get around. You just put the priority up for the red. 20 is yellow, 21 you get to red. 11 is that, and 3, perfect. So that works. Same coloration. You can adjust that on the validation here. Absences. I spelled it right there too. What do we put for raise? What the world's wording is this? Has not gotten a raise within X days. I guess that's okay. Yeah. Employees aged X or more. Has not gotten a raise within. So if the time they've gotten a raise is greater than or equal to this, I might also want to see who's gotten a raise within the last 365 days. And then so just switch the signs, so less than or equal to. So these people all have had their raise within a year. Where's the raise at? Yeah. 109, 81, 12. And then this person, it's been 13. No, 4,000 days. Oh, yeah, because I put a big one in for that one. Okay, that's fine. Pretty good. It's 7 o'clock, so I think we might be good for today. And we'll probably, I mean, this is pretty much it. We might want to do some more summary data. I might do it off stream, and then I'll just do the whole overview video next week or sometime this week for the final. All right. Oh, it's a good day. Good stream. I'm gonna send out this template or the email to the guy who won the free template. Again, every Monday, I'm now going to send an email out to my list of customers that have bought at least one thing from me before. A random number that everyone has a random chance to win if you bought a template. And if you win, I'll send you an email saying you can pick any template on my site from $45 to $175 value. Um, any template, any one template. Also, this I'm going to finish this week, and it will be available for purchase at some point before Friday. And I will put it up on smarthelping.com. I'm also going to make a new tab and a new category bundle for HR because I've got actually a couple different things that HR would be able to use. So that'll be a new category bundle. You can see I have different bundle prices for different categories. I'm going to add a new one for HR and put this at the top. Uh, don't forget to subscribe. That helps. And I will see you guys on the next stream.